Welcome back. I'm doing my Breaking Bad impersonation because this is step 2. We're going to put some extra down in this quilt. Now, let's take this off for a second. Now, doing the down is a messy thing. So, I generally inquire myself in something like a windproof because it generally tends to down doesn't actually stick too well to this. So it makes clean up a little bit better. I'm in my bathroom, so the acoustics is going to be a little bit strange for you, so it might be a bit echoey, so I apologise for that. But this is one of the best places I find to do it. I can shut the door, seal myself off, and it's relatively easy clean up because you haven't got carpets and stuff like that. It's a good idea to take all your towels and flannels and anything that's going to pick up the down and take that out of here because otherwise it makes a big mess. So what we've done is we've removed the baffles, the stitching across the quilt, so you can see. Try not to fluff this up too much because I've got the end undone. As you can see, you've got channels running top to bottom and nothing across the top, so we've removed that stitching there. Right, so that just allows for more loft, and as you can see, what I've done is I've pushed the down to the end of the quilt like that, and that just means it's less of a mess down this end. And what I've done is I've unpicked this end. You can see you've got a bit of down coming out. It gives actually give you an idea of what down is in this thing. It's supposed to be duck down, so there's bits of brown duck bits in there. So I've unstitched this end, and what we're going to do is we're going to apply more down by stuffing it in there. Now to do that, what we're going to be doing is we've got our kitchen scales here, a big bag of down, 100 grams. That one there is 700 full power goose down. So it's better than actually what's in this quilt. So this is duck down. Supposedly 700 full power. I'm not so sure by that. I probably think it's more like 550 to 600 than 700. It's probably 700 in the Asian scale, not European size. So this is 700 full power European goose down. Righty. So what we're going to do is weigh that into there. And I'm going to be working in grams, guys. So sorry if you're going to be using your ounces and such like. But you're looking at about 18, amount of baffles I've got, it's about 18 grams a down per baffle we're going to put in there. So we're going to put 100 grams in to see what the fluffiness is like, because it's very hard to know what's actually in here. I have no idea what's actually in the quilt to start with. So I'm probably thinking it's going to be, it's hard to say really, 100 grams, 150 grams maybe maximum. I mean, it's not very good quality down, so it's not that fluffy. So we're going to put this in, and that should compensate for it in the long run. Alrighty, so I will crack on with this, and I'll get you back, and you can see what's going on. Cheers, guys. Guys, gonna stuff the down now. Hopefully, I'm not going to get away with the camera here. So, what I find also good is to be in the bath. That also contains the down. Now, the problem with this stuff is it's so light, as you can see. You just need a little bit of wind, a little bit of a tweak, and someone open the door or something like that, and you just get a snowstorm down. So what I found is, for me doing it in here, this is all I've got. So I haven't got a big workshop in there. I don't have a shop vac, so I can't blow this stuff in. So this seems to work best for what I've got, resources wise. So all we need to do, make sure you got your mask on, because the stuff is shite. It gets everywhere, and you don't want to breathe it in because it'll make you cough. And yeah, so make sure the scales is on and tiered. Wait for that to start up. I'm going to take very slowly, and what I find is you just clump it together in your hand, like making a snowball. Take it out. Got to move slowly. This takes some time. Don't try and rush it. It's not something you want to do in a hurry, because it will make a big mess. Right, this is we're going to have a couple of goes with this. Now the thing is, you will probably lose a bit. There's always going to be a bit of shrinkage with this, mainly because, as you can see, there's good amount of down sitting in the bottom of the bathtub. All right, and you can't probably see it on the camera, but there's a lot of down actually floating in the air. This stuff isn't that light. That's what I'm doing. So, do first weigh. Best thing to do, I find, is just to do maybe a couple of weighs, so then you're not trying to stuff a massive big lump of down in. Okay, so we take this lot and we just gently stuff it in a hole. Not really rocket science. Just need to stick it in and then work it, push it down the baffle, and that way you're not trying to fight with a big lump of down at the start of the baffle that's trying to come back out at you. Alright, and then later on what you're going to do is, what I do is put these guys here, these little quilting clips. I've seen these are really cheap. You can pick them up for bugger all for, like, I think I picked up 50 or 100 or something for a couple of quid. And if you stick these on here, like this, just kind of holds it down and just makes your life a little bit easier as you're going along. Alright, so as you can see, it's fairly painstaking. You want to gather up the stuff that's fluffed over the side. Now, the thing with this is that you can see how difficult it is when you start working with small amounts of down. So you might be, you know, you're making a super light quilt that's got, what, 150, 200 grams of down in it. You're trying to go as light as you can. This down, stuffing this down and managing the down becomes quite a chore, because with a small amount of down, it's quite easy to obviously lose a lot of it. And especially when you're working with just a small amount, you can obviously lose a lot. So that's why when you see these big, these companies that make sleeping bags and stuff, the good ones, so a lot of the stuff that you get from, even from China and stuff now, has a computer system, computerized filling system. I've seen a few, been to a couple of factories and seen how they work, and they essentially have a system where the down's all contained, and you basically it just weighs the down for you. It's all sealed, weighs it, and then you just blow it in with a nozzle. And then they also have it's almost like an air table where they suck up all the extra down, so you don't kind of lose. They don't lose a lot of down at all, whereas we, doing it ourselves, lose quite a bit. Alrighty, so that basically, it's pretty straightforward. It's not rocket science. The big thing with this sort of stuff is not to be afraid. It's not, you know, you don't need a PhD. You don't need to be a rocket science or anything. Pretty much everything I'm doing here, if you've made a couple of stuff sacks, you can do this. It's pretty easy. It's not, it just takes a bit of thought about what you're doing. And so basically what we're going to do is we're going to sew along the end there once we're finished. That's why it's kind of important to do all these clips on it. That just holds it all together, so that when you're moving it around, nothing, if you squeeze it really hard, you're going to get down blowing out the end. So, alright, so we'll do that. We might come back and give you an idea of clean up. But yeah, basically get the old vacuum cleaner on it. And what I usually do with the quilt, I just stick my hand over the end of the vacuum cleaner and just run it over the quilt, because you're going to get a lot of down stuck to the actual quilt. So when you take this out of here and go to where you're going to sew it, you're going to leave a trail of down everywhere. And essentially the down can be easily made it up to being like radiation. It goes bloody everywhere, and you for months and months and months try to still suck that up. So bear that in mind. Make sure you try and get as much down off the project before you move it to go and sew it. Alrighty, so I'll bring you back later when we're looking at sewing it up. Welcome back. Now this part will be sewed all up. As you can see, still a bit of down floating around the place. Essentially, you're just following the line that you unpicked, folding it over. The big thing with this is it's never going to be totally perfect, because it's just this. You're doing this by hand. These have been done on an industrial machine by people that do this all the time. The Asian folk that are busily chopping away, making stuff. So you're never going to get it totally perfect. So just bear that in mind. But any old sewing machine will do. This is actually one I got for free. Bear in mind with these home sewing machines, these are fairly cheap. They're okay for light fabrics like this, possibly soul nylon. But when you start getting things like Cordura, pack cloth, Spectra, that kind of stuff, they do tend to struggle a little bit. And you need to sort of like baby them along. This thing's probably on its last legs. It makes all sorts of funny noises, and I'll be looking at upgrading for something a bit decent. But don't shy away. You know, a lot of people out there say, oh, I gotta have this special sewing machine. You can get away with just an ordinary sewing machine. All right. If anything, it makes your skill level go up, I think, because you've got to sort of problem solve and you know, just learn how to do it, because the machine kind of like cobbles you a little bit. And when you go and use a decent one, like you go and use an industrial machine, just life's so much better. So, I mean, all we're doing here is just sewing it in using, at the moment, I've just got some polyester thread in here. Pretty much any thread, as long as it's not 100% cotton. It's generally not 100% cotton, tends to be not very good. So, a polyester, even a nylon. I mean, I use Coates Knoll Bond as well, which is another good thread. I actually find that works better on this machine than this Gutermann stuff. Everybody raves about it, but this is some Tara stuff that they've got. It's all right. It doesn't feed as well as the nylon stuff for some reason in this machine. So yeah, I mean, as long as it's not cotton, you can use whatever. So yeah, so we're just going to sew along, taking these clips out as we go. Unfortunately, I can't do this while filming because I've only got 2 hands, and my tripod's not long enough. So it just gives you an idea. So we're just sewing across the bottom, and then we'll move on. I'll show you how we do draw cords and such like.